Hello race fans, good afternoon and welcome to Brno again. Here we are on Masaryk Circuit, the longest Czech permanent racing track, and we are ready to watch the first race of Twingo Cup here over the weekend. We are having this beautiful racing event called Masaryk Racing Days, and as you can see we have two Macedonian drivers in the front row, Marko Blazevsky and Stefan Treneski. Treneski, by the way, also racing in Twingo Cup, so he might be a bit busy this weekend over the course. Nick Stefancic from third place, Zal Rezar from fourth, Tai Kovacic from fifth, and the best Czech racer Matyáš Kučera starting the race from the sixth place on the grid. P7 for Bojan Seme, Oliver Steiner in P8, Roman Robicek in P9 and Tomáš Čapek in P10. Another Slovenian racer, Luka Flerin, starting the race from 11th place on the grid, just alongside the Serbian driver Nikola Jancic. Linda Frey starting from P13, Lukáš Holík starting the race from P14, Anton Jus starting from 15th place, Václav Janík Jr. starting the race from 16th place on the grid, and Kristina Ditertová making her debut this weekend, making her racing debut this weekend here in Brno. So she will be starting from the 17th place, and this is quite a story because Kristina Ditertová is originally a member of the media team, and actually she works for the promoter, but now she is going to become a racer for this race weekend. So she can't be more excited, and I believe she's going to enjoy it very, very much. So, again, it's the Twingo Cup race. If you want to follow Kristina Ditertová closely, she is racing with number 205 under the banner of F4CEZ Academy, which means we have the racing team here in Twingo Cup, which is let's say, focused on raising up the talents of the future, possibly also for racing in Formula 4 Central European Zone Championship. So this is a huge motivation, and also I must say that the Twingo Cup is absolutely wonderful starting position for the young drivers switching from karting into the racing cars. It's the first step, or the step between karting and formula racing. This is the place where you can grow up, where you can acknowledge the habits, and from Twingo Cup you can start your career very, very well. So that's the main purpose of this championship, and it's so good that the Renault Twingo Cup is the part of Central European Zone. Let's also check on the results and of course on the standings, because Twingo Cup of course has its championship over the whole season, so we are also going to fight for the titles, of course. And it's good to have a full grid of cars. Actually, we do have 23 cars originally listed. Not as many cars are taking part in this race, but still it will be some close racing, mostly in Twingo Cup races. We watch the close battles between the drivers to the very end of the final lap, so let's get ready for some excitement here. And this is actually second to last race weekend of 2025 season. This season is going to conclude on a Balaton Park in Hungary, just as TCR Eastern Europe or Twingo Cup, and it will be the last weekend of September. So the season concludes on 28 September. So after this race weekend and the two races here in Brno, we are going to have two more races to go. if I check the drivers' standings after the previous 4 rounds of Twingo Cup, oh, apology, of course, this is the final weekend for Twingo Cup because only Clio Cup goes to Hungary. This is the final weekend of the season, of course, so apology and excuse me. So we can check on the standings. Nick Stefancic is the championship leader with 111 points to his name, actually. Marko Blazewski in second place with 83 points, Stefan Terneski with 82 points. So the closest fight in the championship standings we have between the second and third place. Nick Stefancic racing in this championship had a wonderful first race weekend this year on Slovakia ring, where he won both races, so he took 25 points twice. Then we were racing in Most, and in Most Nick Stefancic finished in second in both races, so he took twice 18 points. In Slovakia ring then again he didn't take a part, or he didn't take any points from the first race, but he won the second race, so again at last one victory for Nick Stefancic on Slovakia ring. So 111 points to his name. And we are just about to start the formation lap for the first race of the weekend of Twingo Cup here in Brno on Masaryk Circuit. So one more time, let's check on the qualifying results. As I said previously, Marko Blazewski, the Macedonian driver with number 21 on his car, will be starting the race from the pole position. The best time he set in the Friday's qualifying was 2:47.2. So of course, as you very well understand, this is the slowest car racing series included in Central European zone. But the speed itself is not the point here. It's rather about raising up young drivers, raising up the new talents and the stars for the future. And this is the best series for them to learn everything about circuit racing in general. So Marko Blazewski will be starting the race from the pole position with number 21. Stefan Terneski alongside him in the front row with number 427. So both Macedonian drivers in the front row. Nick Stefancic, the guy I was talking about, the championship leader, starting the race from third place. Then we have Zal Rezar starting the race from P4. Tai Kovacic starting from 5th place. Mateusz Kuchera, the best Czech racer on the grid, the best home hero, starting the race from P6. Bojan Šemes starting the race from 7th place. Oliver Steiner starting the race from 8th place. Roman Robicek in P9. Tomasz Čapek in P10. Luka Flerin in P11. Nikola Jancic in P12. Linda Frey, the Swiss female racer, starting the race from 13th place. Lukáš Holík from P14, Antonius from P15, Václav Janík Junior starting the race from 16th place, and Kristina Ditretová making her racing debut this weekend is going to start from the 17th place. Her best lap was 3 minutes 5 seconds .067, so she's 17.5 seconds off the pace after the qualifying, but as I said, that's not the point really. She is here, and she is here mostly to enjoy her moment, mostly to enjoy her time on the track, and this is a big reward for her after all the great job she has done for the promoter and for the Central European Zone Championship. So great chance for Kristina Ditetová to enjoy herself racing for the first time ever in her life. So absolutely this is going to be a day to remember for a young Czech racer. Here we are climbing up into the final chicane of Brno circuit, Automotodrome Brno, newly resurfaced for the MotoGP return this spring. So we have a new tarmac everywhere, and the drivers can't be any more happy about it. So this is absolutely wonderful racing facility in 2025. The MotoGP is back in the Czech Republic, so the Brno is alive again, and all the other series taking place on Masaryk Circuit are taking the benefit out of the MotoGP return to the Czech Republic. So the grid is ready. We do have 17 cars, 17 Renault Twingo Cup cars on the grid. We have the green flag again. We have 5 red lights. Lights are out, and we are racing for the first time here in Brno with Renault Twingo Cup. The final race weekend of the season for the Renault Twingo Cup series, and second to last race here on Masaryk Circuit. It was a good start for all the drivers. No mistakes, no contacts. So far it has been really clean between all the young drivers. Marko Blazevski still leading the way with his car number 21, entered by Slovenian racing team Lema Racing. So Marko Blazevski is the Macedonian racer leading the way towards the third corner. Here he is in his green Renault Clio. Of course, Renault Twingo, sorry, number 21. And how close it is here, and it will be this close for the whole race, so we can expect some close and exciting racing again. I often say that it's like a NASCAR pack racing, with the only difference we are not going 340 kph on a superspeedway. We are going much slower on regular circuits, but nevertheless the racing can't be more exciting. Let's check the situation up in the front. Marko Blazevski lost his first place, and no, we have one car off the track. That's number 205, I do believe, and that's Kristina Ditetová. She went out of the track into the gravel zone on her racing debut. What a pity, what a shame. That's not what she hoped for in her first race of her life. So we have Kristina Ditetová off the track, and that's not the racing debut she wished. And let's wait and see if there will be a safety car on track, because she is in the gravel and we have second car in the gravel zone. So we have 2 cars in the gravel zone. So it means most likely we are going to have a safety car deployed. Yes, I can see the safety car already. So the safety car is out because we have 2 cars in the gravel zone. So we need to make the situation on the track as safe as possible for the track marshals working on recovering of these 2 cars. And pretty much soon you are going to see the whole field on the main straight again. Yes, here they come. So let's check on the replay what has happened. Yes, I can see Kristina Ditetová at the top of the screen. She just went out into the gravel zone. Thank you very much to the director for looking for the picture. So it was pretty unfortunate for Kristina Ditetová, because most likely this was only the driver's mistake, so there was no contact with the other car, so she's stuck in the gravel zone. And here is the second car. I'm trying to find out who is it actually. It's just hard to see a starting number on the car, but maybe the driver will be able to rejoin the race with a little push from the track marshal. Let's wait and see. Nevertheless, we have 20 minutes and 30 seconds to go, with safety car on track leading the pack. Marko Blazewski, I believe he's no longer in the lead of the race, even though the live timing says otherwise. But I believe Marko Blazewski is there in a third place. Driving the green car. And here are the marshals walking around the car of Kristina Ditetová. They are just trying to push the car out of the gravel zone so she could rejoin the race. But the question is if it is going to be possible, because she might be deep down in the gravel, and that's of course a problem. Here's the second car stuck in the gravel zone, and it will take some time to recover both cars. You can see how deep the gravel zone is actually. It's not easy to go inside. And this is the second car off. It's number 5. So we know it now. So it is Anton Jus, the Slovenian driver, who also ended up in the gravel during the first lap of the race. So the rescue Mercedes is just about to pull Kristina Ditetová out of the gravel zone. And we have completed another lap behind the safety car. So at last, one more lap behind the safety car. The second car of Anton Jus has been transported behind the barrier, so that's cleared and fine for racing again. But the marshals are still struggling with the car of Kristina Ditetová here. It's taking so much time to pull her out of the gravel zone. It's very complicated with a small car like Renault Twingo Cup is. Small wheels easily being stuck in the gravel. So most likely she was trying to go outside from the gravel zone just by herself, and that caused the troubles actually. So I hope now the track marshals will be successful with the rescue car, and yes, this time it is working. So the white Twingo got the freedom again. Christina is out of the gravel zone, and that was the main target. Of course, do not go to the gravel zone again. That wouldn't be all right. So as I said, it's not happy moment for Christina Titratova, because of course she didn't imagine ending her racing debut like this during the first lap of the race of Twingo Cup here in Brno. And we only have 15 minutes left, so of course the race is compromised by the incidents which happened during the first lap of the race. So there won't be much time of green flag racing here, but maybe the safety car will be able to enter the pit lane again at the end of this lap. So we might have some racing now. Let's check the situation with safety car. Again, he is going again. So at last it is going to be one more lap behind the safety car. So not a good situation for all the drivers here, because everybody just wants to fight, wants to race, wants to claim more championship points. So it will be actually a quick showdown for, let's say, 12 minutes of racing, of green flag action. And hopefully we are not going to have another neutralization of the race. Stefan Treneski originally started the race from second place, and he is in the lead now behind the safety car. Behind him it is Nick Stefancic, behind the wheel of number 7 Twingo Cup car. Here he is, the Slovenian driver in the grey car, and behind him it is Marko Blazewski with number 21. Marko Blazewski was the poleman for this race. And of course he still has the chance for winning the race, as there are no gaps between the drivers now during the safety car period. Going through the stadium section of Masaryk Circuit, the most famous part of the track. And if you wish to visit, for example, MotoGP here next year, I can strongly recommend you to taking your seating spot here on the C grandstand, because that's the best place from which you can follow the races live. But of course you have to be very, very early on the C grandstand just to take your seat and to make your reservation, of course, because it's a natural grandstand with no seats. So you just need to be there very early in the morning to make sure you have a best spot. Otherwise it's just fully packed. But anyway, let's get ready, because we are just about restarting the race. The safety car is going to enter the pit lane again, and we are ready for racing again. Here is the safety car going in to the pits. And we have the green flag again. Green flag is out, and we are racing for the last 11 minutes and 15 seconds here in Brno, the first race of Brno Twingo Cup here on Masaryk Circuit. It is Stefan Truneski leading the way on the main straight, just ahead of Nick Stefancic and Marko Blazewski. So two Macedonian drivers in first and third place, and the Slovenian Nick Stefancic between them. Also we have Taj Kovacic trying to find his way from the outside in the black Twingo car number 777. There is already a gap between Kovacic and Mateusz Kuchera, going in fifth at the moment. And this is just what we are going to see for the rest of the race. Very close battles. Blazewski is going for the inside, trying to overtake Stefancic, but also Kovacic is trying to find his way up into the podium. Truneski in the white car is in the lead ahead of Stefancic. And there is Blazewski closely behind the grey Twingo car in his green Twingo Cup car. We are entering the stadium section again of the race circuit here in Brno in South Moravia. This will be a slipstream fight to the checkered flag. 9.5 minutes to go now, with Stefan Truneski still leading the way. For Stefan Truneski, of course, it could be the first win of the season. So far, he has finished in third twice, and he finished the last race on Slovakia Ring in second place, but now he's there fighting for a race win, which he wants to claim really badly. Plus, he is fighting in the championship against Marko Blazewski. As I said previously, Stefan Truneski has 82 points to his name, and he is in P3 in the overall standings. And on the other hand, we have Marko Blazewski in second place in the overall standings with 83 points to his name. So there is only 1 point of difference between second Blazewski and third Truneski. We are in the final chicane again, going through the last corner of the racetrack, and it is still the white Twingo Cup car of Stefan Truneski, number 427, leading the race just ahead of Nick Stefancic, and it can't be any closer actually. It's a nose-to-tail racing. Nose-to-tail racing. It's a splitter to bumper actually. Through the first corner, Truneski leads Stefancic and Blazewski, but there is a fight between Blazewski and Kovacic. Taj Kovacic is trying to overtake Marko Blazewski, who has started the race from pole position, but now he is under serious pressure from Taj Kovacic. It's the inside line for Blazewski, so he's trying to stay in third. Meanwhile, another fight for the first place here between Truneski and Stefancic. Of course, Stefancic is the championship leader, and he has the best chance of claiming the title here, as he has had 111 points before this race weekend. So there is a decent gap in the points standings between Nick Stefancic and Marko Blazewski. '28 points between Stefancic and Blazewski. So He just need to be up there, going safely, not doing anything silly, and he will be the champion after the second race tomorrow. For Nick Stefancic, it has been a great season so far, and most likely he's going to be crowned as the new champion of Renault Twingo Cup Series. Another fight here. Number 771, if I'm correct, and I believe I am. That's Zal Rezar, and this should be a group fighting for 6th place, I believe, for 5th place actually, yes, because we have Masaryk Kuchera here behind the wheel of number 33 blue Twingo car. So it is Masaryk Kuchera climbing up behind the wheel of his 33 Twingo in 5th place, with Oliver Steiner behind him, and also Zal Rezar and Roman Robicek are in the fight. So this is a great battle for the 5th place here, and we are up in the front again. And again, there is a no gap between Treneski and Stefancic. Again, Treneski is leading the way with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Treneski in the lead, just ahead of Stefancic. Only 1/10 of a second between Treneski and Stefancic last time around. Kovacic in 3rd place, Blazewski in P4, and this is the battle for the 5th place. And Oliver Steiner is in 5th place now. Masaryk Kuchera in his blue car has been overtaken by Oliver Steiner and possibly also by Zal Rezar. So we also need to follow this fight, and there was a contact between number 771, so it is Zal Rezar in a hard fight between him and Masaryk Kuchera, and it almost ended up in crashing each other out of the race, but fortunately all the drivers are still going. So the battle is on, but now it is the battle for the 6th place between Masaryk Kuchera and Roman Robicek behind the wheel of number 27 Twingo Cup car. 4 minutes to go, and the battle is still on. Here is the race leader, Stefan Treneski, leading the way behind the wheel of his 427 car, the white car up in the front. Nick Stefancic, the championship leader, behind him. Of course, he doesn't have to win this race, which of course doesn't mean he's not going to try. Nick Stefancic is a pure racer, and I believe he will at last try to attack Stefan Treneski for the race win here in Brno. So this is the climb, the final part of the circuit, climbing up into the final chicane, and I believe we are in 2nd to last lap, but let's wait and see. 3 minutes to go, but we are not on the main straight yet. The drivers are going 2 minutes point 47, and we have 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Yes, this will be the last lap of the race. So drivers just finished the 2nd to last lap, and this is the final lap of the race. This should be the final lap of the race, because the countdown will go to 0 before the drivers cross the finish line again. So with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go, this is the final lap of the race. So this will be the last chance for Nick Stefancic going for the winner. Stefancic still 2nd behind Treneski. Is he going to try now? Not yet. Still no gap between Stefancic and Treneski. Stefancic is trying to find a way through the inside line, but he wasn't simply close enough to try it. So Stefancic is still in second place. So what's going to happen here between these two drivers? Almost no gap between them, and Treneski needs to be defensive now. So Stefancic is trying to go from the outside. He's trying to find his way from the outside around Stefan Treneski. But he did some good defensive job here, the Macedonian driver. So Treneski is still in the lead. This is the second to last chicane. So there are not many chances left for Nick Stefancic, as he's trying to find his way ahead of Stefan Treneski. This is the last climb up, and you can see that Treneski is doing everything he can to keep Stefancic behind him. The last chicane. Now the last corner for both drivers. And here we are on the main straight again, and nothing is going to happen here. It means that Stefan Treneski wins the first race of Twingo Cup here in Brno. And what a finish for the third! What a finish for the third between Blazewski and Kovacic. So after all, it is Marko Blazewski in third place, Taj Kovacic in fourth, but the gap between them was only 0.09 of a second. What a finish for third place. It was almost photo finish for the third place on the finish line between Blazewski and Kovacic. So Treneski won the race ahead of Stefancic and Blazewski, so we do have two Macedonian drivers on the podium. First place goes to better of two of them. Treneski, the second Macedonian driver, is in third, and between them the championship leader Nick Stefancic in second place. Taj Kovacic in fourth. Masaryk Circuit, the best Czech driver, finished the race in fifth place. Oliver Steiner in P6. Zal Rezar finishing the race in seventh place. Behind him it is the Serbian driver Nikola Jancic finishing in P8, Bojan Šeme in 9th, Linda Frey in P10, Lukáš Holík in 11th, Tomáš Čapek in P12, Václav Janík Junior in P13, Luka Ferin in P14, Roman Novicek in P15, and Antonius and Kristina Titetová has not been classified. So what a great first race of Twingo Cup here in Brno. What a great finish between Treneski and Stefancic. Here we have the final results once again. Stefan Treneski is taking the race victory in the first race of Twingo Cup here in Brno, ahead of Stefancic, Blazewski, Kovacic and Masaryk Circuit in 5th place. Oliver Steiner then in P6, Zal Rezar in P7, Nikola Jancic in 8th, Bojan Šeme in 9th, and Linda Frey in 10th place as the best lady on the track. Lukáš Holík in 11th, Tomáš Čapek in 12th place, Václav Janík Jr., the son of the boss of Janík Motorsport, in P13, Luka Flerin in P14 and Roman Robíček in 15th place. So 15 drivers classified after the first race, and the second race will be taking place tomorrow with crowning the new champion, most likely Nick Stefancic, so make sure you are joining us also tomorrow for the final race of 2025 season. See you later, thank you very much.